Chapter 34, Arjuna and Subhadra. When the sons of the Vrishni house honed their archery skills under the tutelage of Drona at Hastinapura, Arjuna's comrade was Gada, cousin to the lion-hearted Krishna. It was Gada who first whispered of Krishna's sister, Subhadra, to Arjuna. Tales of her unparalleled beauty kindled a flame in Arjuna's heart, a love unspoken yet fierce, forged in the fires of imagination. With Subhadra's image burning bright in his mind, Arjuna, cunning as a serpent, sought ways to lay eyes upon her without drawing notice. Clad in the guise of a yati, trident in hand and ash-daubed body concealed beneath garlands of rudraksha, he tread the streets of Prabhasa, a silent shadow in the night's embrace. Beneath the sprawling branches of a banyan tree he sat, feigning deep contemplation, while the heavens wept torrents upon the earth. Krishna, ever the omniscient, caught wind of a sadhu's presence in Prabhasa and sensed the heartache hidden within his dearest friend's bosom. Amidst the dark hours, in the company of his beloved Satyabhama, Krishna erupted into fits of laughter, tears streaming down his cheeks. When questioned by his consort, he divulged the secret of Arjuna's pilgrimage to Prabhasa, driven by thoughts of Subhadra's enchanting visage. Through the deluge, Krishna made his way to the banyan's sheltering embrace, where Arjuna awaited, his soul laid bare. In tender reunion, Krishna probed Arjuna's wanderings, a sly smile playing upon his lips as he jested about Arjuna's supposed renunciation of worldly ties for the ascetic life. "My lord," Arjuna implored, "you know my heart's desire. Aid me in winning fair Subhadra's hand." Krishna, ever the schemer, pledged his support, guiding Arjuna to the sacred hill of Raivataka, there to await his fortune. Days passed, and atop the hill, amidst a feast of revelry, Arjuna beheld Subhadra, radiant as the dawn, escorted by her retinue. His heart stirred, his eyes aflame with passion. He sought Krishna's counsel. "My friend," Krishna whispered, "your yearning betrays the guise you wear." Arjuna, unable to contain his longing, implored Krishna's aid in winning Subhadra's love and hand in marriage. With a chuckle, Krishna revealed a plan fit for heroes, a love born in secrecy, nurtured in the shadows, to blossom in the light of dawn. Thus, Arjuna, the valiant warrior, donned the guise of a yati once more, his heart a battleground for love's conquest. In the temple's courtyard, Arjuna sat in silent meditation, his soul laid bare before the gods. As Subhadra and her retinue departed, Balarama and his kin, oblivious to Arjuna's ruse, beheld the yati in awe. Balarama, struck by the yati's noble countenance, welcomed him to Dwaraka with reverence, eager to host this sage whose wisdom belied his youth. And so Arjuna, the Pandava prince, embarked on a journey of love and deception, guided by the hand of fate and the whispers of Krishna's cunning grow. As Krishna approached the gathering, Balarama, ever the picture of solemnity, motioned for him to pay homage to the revered yati. But beneath Krishna's facade of reverence lurked a mischievous grin, hidden from Balarama's watchful gaze. With practiced humility, Krishna prostrated before the supposed sage, accepting the holy ashes with a knowing twinkle in his eye. Balarama, oblivious to the subtle game afoot, regaled Krishna with tales of the yati's supposed virtues and travels. When asked for a suitable lodging for the yati, Krishna's lips twitched with suppressed mirth. "Forgive my impertinence, esteemed elder," he replied with feigned deference, "but I dare not speak in your presence, lest my words betray my unworthiness." Balarama, pleased by Krishna's apparent humility, suggested the gardens near Subhadra's apartments as an ideal sanctuary for the yati. Little did he know, the wheels of Krishna's prank had already been set in motion. But Krishna's facade faltered as he expressed faux concern. "Brother, I must caution against such proximity between the yati and our dear Subhadra," he warned, his voice dripping with mock apprehension. "His youthful charm and eloquence may lead our innocent sister astray." Enraged by Krishna's disparaging remarks, Balarama defended the yati's honor with fervor, unaware of the jest being played upon him. With a sly smile, Krishna accepted the task of escorting the yati to Subhadra's care, his heart dancing with anticipation at the unfolding prank. Taking Arjuna's hand, he led him past Rukmini and Satyabhama, whispering their true identities with a wink and a nod. Finally, they reached Subhadra's side, where Krishna delivered Arjuna into her unsuspecting hands. With a final glance filled with playful mischief, Krishna departed. leaving behind a trail of laughter and anticipation in his wake. As Krishna escorted Arjuna to Subhadra's side, the air crackled with unspoken tension, each step a dance between destiny and desire. Subhadra, her gaze like a summer breeze, alighted upon the veiled figure beside Krishna. "Who is this sage brother?" she inquired, her voice a melody of curiosity. Krishna, ever the master of subtlety, replied with a cryptic smile, "A traveler seeking solace in our humble abode, dear sister. He comes with tales as vast as the horizon and wisdom as deep as the ocean." Arjuna, concealed beneath his ascetic garb, felt the weight of Subhadra's gaze upon him, her eyes like twin flames dancing in the night. "Greetings, noble lady," he murmured, his voice a river of hidden longing. Subhadra, sensing a mystery shrouded in the guise of the yati, inclined her head in respectful acknowledgement. "May your stay bring peace to our home, revered sage," she replied, her words laden with unspoken questions. With a parting glance filled with silent understanding, Krishna withdrew, leaving Arjuna and Subhadra to navigate the currents of fate that swirled between them like an unseen tempest. Alone amidst the fragrant blooms of the palace gardens, Arjuna and Subhadra stood in silent communion, their hearts tethered by the invisible threads of destiny, their words a whispered promise of love yet unspoken. Arjuna found solace in the tranquil gardens of Subhadra's abode, where she dutifully tended to his needs. But despite her attentive care, Arjuna's heart remained heavy with unspoken longing. Subhadra, unaware of his true identity, puzzled over his somber demeanor as she went about her daily routines. In the bustling streets of Dwarka, Arjuna's legend loomed large, his name synonymous with bravery and beauty. Everywhere one turned, tales of his valor and grace echoed through the air. In the archery school, his name was invoked as the epitome of skill and prowess, while young boys boasted of their prowess by comparing themselves to the illustrious Pandava. Elders bestowed blessings upon the youth, hoping they would emulate Arjuna's greatness, and mothers prayed to bear sons as noble as he. Subhadra, steeped in the lore of Arjuna's exploits, found herself drawn to the enigmatic yati, who seemed to gaze upon her with fervent intensity. His longing glances stirred a curiosity within her, prompting her to seek his company despite her confusion. As days turned into weeks, Subhadra found herself captivated by the yati's tales of distant lands and exotic landscapes. She spent hours listening to his melodious voice, entranced by his eloquence. One day she broached the subject of Indraprastha, hoping to glean some information about her beloved Arjuna. With a knowing smile, Arjuna seized the opportunity to reveal his true identity. Drawing her close with gentle words, he confessed his love for her, leaving Subhadra speechless with shock and disbelief. Unable to meet his gaze, she retreated to her chamber, her heart in tumult. Subhadra's sickness soon became the talk of the town, prompting Krishna to intervene. Sensing the need for distance between the young lovers, he dispatched Rukmini to attend to the yati's needs, much to Arjuna's disappointment. Meanwhile, Devaki, worried about her daughter's condition, sought counsel from Balarama and Krishna. Sensing an opportunity to unite the lovers, Krishna proposed a pilgrimage to the nearby island to seek the blessings of Lord Rudra. Before departing, Krishna whispered to Subhadra of his plan to orchestrate her wedding with Arjuna upon their return. With renewed hope, Subhadra awaited her beloved's arrival. 12 days later, Arjuna approached Subhadra, his heart brimming with anticipation. Reminding her of Krishna's plan, he pleaded for her consent to a Gandharva marriage. Overwhelmed with emotion, Subhadra remained silent, tears streaming down her cheeks. With tender reassurance, Arjuna promised to whisk her away to Indraprastha, urging her to prepare a chariot for their clandestine departure. Subhadra, efficient in the art of charioteering, swiftly complied, ensuring all was in readiness. As Arjuna shed his yati guise and donned princely attire, the lovers prepared to embark on their journey. With Subhadra at the reins and Arjuna by her side, they set forth, leaving behind the city of Dwaraka in pursuit of their shared destiny. As Arjuna and Subhadra made their escape from Dwaraka, the vigilant watchmen of the city sounded the alarm, but their efforts to halt the chariot proved futile. Recognizing the miscreant as Arjuna, they sent out a warning, signaling imminent danger to the Vrishnis. Led by the enraged Balarama, the Vrishnis hastened back to the city, demanding answers from Krishna, who remained eerily silent. Accused of orchestrating the incident, Krishna defended himself, reminding Balarama of his earlier warnings against bringing Arjuna and Subhadra together. Despite Krishna's attempts to calm him, Balarama's fury only intensified, his wrath like the wrath of death itself. Approaching Balarama with gentle persuasion, Krishna urged him to reconsider his anger. Emphasizing Subhadra's willing departure with Arjuna, Krishna appealed to his brother's reason, highlighting Arjuna's noble lineage and unmatched prowess as a fitting match for their sister. Reluctantly, Balarama acquiesced, swayed by Krishna's logic and wisdom. Setting aside their anger, the Vrishnis resolved to pursue Arjuna and Subhadra, but their efforts proved fruitless as the lovers had already ventured too far. Instead, they decided to await Arjuna's arrival in Indraprastha, where they would formally unite him with Subhadra through sacred rites. Meanwhile, as Arjuna and Subhadra approached the gates of the city, Arjuna's thoughts turned to the formidable Draupadi, fearing her reaction to his romantic escapade. Advising Subhadra to win Draupadi's favor first, he instructed her to adopt the guise of a gopi, a look that suited her divine beauty. Arriving at the palace, Subhadra, radiant in her rustic attire, introduced herself to Draupadi as Krishna's sister, instantly captivating her with her charm. Draupadi, delighted by Subhadra's presence, blessed her with words of affection, unaware of her identity. Amidst the joyful chatter, news of Arjuna's return echoed through the streets, signaling his triumphant homecoming. Reuniting with his brothers, Arjuna recounted his adventures and his newfound love for Subhadra, whom he proudly introduced to Draupadi. With Draupadi's approval, Subhadra's acceptance into the fold was sealed, and soon the Vrishnis arrived in Indraprastha, bearing lavish gifts and blessings for the newlyweds. Celebrating their union with grandeur and festivity, the Vrishnis eventually bid farewell, leaving Krishna behind to share in the joy of the Pandavas' abode.